But let's get into the people that's joining me on this beautiful, what is that, Friday night? I don't know. We have Jags and Richards to my left, to my right, rocking some Celtics gear. My guy, how you feeling?
Oh man, Bobby, it's normally the point where I would say, feeling fantastic, feeling amazing. What a beautiful Friday night. A little anxious.
Mm.
And you remember, I think back to our guy not that long ago that made the comment, wouldn't it be nice if you could just go to sleep and wake up to a Celtics victory? That's exactly what I wish could happen.
Mm. And I feel like a lot of people in the comment section wish the same, other than some of the Bucks fans that were early in the live stream comments, early to start this stream. Very interesting. Appreciate y'all. My guy Carlito below me. Carlito rocking some Celtics. What is that? A poster? A banner? Banner? What is that?
Yeah, I got this banner from Six Flags. I won it, doing the 3-point contest. So, yeah. But
Hey, sign them up.
I'm nervous, man. I'm very, very nervous about tonight. I was very shocked about what happened in Game 5. I couldn't believe it. It was just one of those things where I had to reevaluate the way I think when it comes to the Celtics team. And man, Giannis is. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. We can talk about that later because we're going to get a lot to Giannis and the Celtics team. And then, of course, the co-host herself, Bree, rocking some more Celtics. Guys, where you have a new Celtics shirt every other day. How you feeling today?
Yeah, it's a tough addiction to be a Celtics fan and buy every shirt you see and every game you want to go to, you buy. Yeah, it's tough. I had really high hopes that Rob could pull it out because he made the trip to Milwaukee. So I was fingers crossed that we were going to get the good news that he could play today, and he is not. So it would be a better day if he was playing, but it's a Celtics game day, so it is a good day. I really just hope that they can pull it out. I think that they love to overcome adversity. They like when their back's up against the wall and they're, playing with a deficit. So let's just hope that they make some magic over there in Milwaukee tonight and give us a game 7.
Indeed, and we can hope so. I appreciate all the people early in the building. Hit the like button. It's free. Shout out to Brian saying this show is necessary for the NBA. I appreciate that. I appreciate the comment. Hopefully make the show interesting as we can. Now, we can go through the lineup, but again, the lineup hasn't changed because, as Bree mentioned, Mark Williams is not playing. We have Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Grant Williams, I believe, and an Al Horford. I saw this funny meme where it's like Grant Williams, when he starts, it was some like bum Celtics player I've never seen before in my life. And then when he comes off the bench, he's Kevin Garnett. The funniest thing I've ever seen, because it is 100% true. Grant off the bench is a really good player. When he starts, lately, he's just not been good. For the Bucks, same lineup. Again, they put Grayson Allen to start instead of Bobby Portis last game in Game 5, which we can honestly talk more about because the lineups are the same. Bobby Portis was huge, literally, in the fourth quarter, coming up clutch for the Milwaukee Bucks. But it's going to be a rough one here. Jags, you're looking at these lineups. Is there any sort of life that you see that someone can give our spark? Obviously, Grant Williams is probably the biggest name here, giving a spark to one of these teams. But Grayson Allen also has been awful for the Bucks too.
Yeah, I think you just hit it, Bobby. It's 2 for me. It's going to be Grant Williams, who's been MIA the last 2 games, as well as Mr. Marcus Smart. I think that I need a bounce back from him. I mean, he had 15 points, but only 1 assist last game, and that's not even in addition to all of the, how the game ended and some of those plays that went down. So I'd like to see, because both of our stars played pretty good, right? Jaylen and Jason. I think that I need desperation. I need everyone to understand that both of these games, not just today, but game 6 and 7, it's win or go home. I need the Celtics to approach it just like that. And I need everyone to step up, not just Al Horford, not just Tatum. Everyone needs to play like this is the last game of the season, because it is if they lose.
Now, Jag, something that's scary about what you said is it's the way you have to have your mindset, but you don't have to play that way, because my fear is Tatum's going to come out and shoot 45 shots and not pass the ball, and because he believes it's me or nothing else. And I feel like that's fear.
How they lost, though. I mean, you could argue that's, you got to remember what got you here. Don't start playing all the isolation and the pull-up jumpers. Don't start trying to play the clock and wind it down. No, go win the damn game and do what you've done all year that's gotten you to this. Stephen A. said it best, Bobby. It's like, it was more of a Celtics collapse than it was a Bucks win. It was just one of those, like, where it's cliche, but it's you lost, you didn't win. And Bree said it. The Celtics, the 2 games we've won, they've came after losses. So let's keep that trend going and win game 6 after a game 5 loss.
Very true. No team has won back-to-back. Bree, your thoughts, honestly, about the game itself. Go ahead.
They won all the games they weren't supposed to win, and they lost all the games they were supposed to win. So, like, all the crucial games, the game, I don't know how you lose 2 at home. It's just, I don't know. I don't want to be like super negative, but like, because also we haven't really been losing at all the past 4 months. We haven't really lost much, so it's hard to sit here and be pissed off and say, you know, what they did wrong. Way too many turnovers. Need to learn how to handle the ball better. I'm just seeing way like sloppy ball handling. Terrible turnovers by Brown, by Smart, sometimes by Tatum. I don't know. It's just we need a consistent game, start to finish. Can't play. Shaq said they played 45 great minutes on game 5. And then the rest of the game, they sucked. You need to play full 48 strong. Can't be satisfied or feel safe with any lead, especially against the defending champs. Giannis is not going to lay down and die no matter what lead there is. So I don't know. I'm very nervous about this. And then honestly, just to piss off all the Bucks fans in here, let's just go on a little tangent about the refs, because they think that I love to talk about the refs. I said one thing, and also I didn't even say that it was to our advantage or disadvantage. People just love to take my words and spin them to fit whatever narrative is in their brain, which clearly is small because you got people talking about my looks as well. Like, I don't know, sleep well, guys, sleep well. I know you sleep alone.
With no profile pic.
Yeah, they sleep alone, so that's okay. I sleep good. So anyways, my point being, there's all this controversy, right, with Scott Foster. Some people are like, hey, he hates the Celtics. He hates Tice, blah, blah, blah. And then people were like, no, he's a season extender. He's a series extender. We want him tonight. So now he's conveniently sick. So they were sending him into maybe extend this out to game 7, allegedly. But everyone wants to take my words and say that it's like I'm coming up with this shit. I'm just repeating what everyone else is circling in the Twitter sphere. So I put a poll out there and I said, what do we think? And someone hit me with a stat that said the new dude, Eric Lewis, I guess we have like a really good win percentage with him as a ref. I don't know if that's going to go in our favor. There you go. Thank you. He probably was the one that tweeted it at me. But that's good news. Newfound hope. I don't know. But like, I don't know. I just wanted to piss some Bucks fans off because they love to just find one thing to say, one thing I say and spin it.
Those Bucks fans.
Please, refs, have our back and win this game for us. Give us all the free throws. Yeah.
So as Bree goes passionate, people are already going a little crazy.
So mad.
Now, Carlito, I would love to hear
your all of you Bucks fans. Get out of here.
Because I was talking earlier before the stream started about our predictions going in. If I'm correct, I think Jags had Celtics in 6 or 5. I think he said it on the Celtics Better podcast. Carlito, I think you strongly, damn near angrily, damn near cursed me out when you picked Celtics in 4, maybe 5 if Tatum wants to have a bad game and get some coffee. Bree, I think you said Celtics in 5.
No, I didn't. I said 6 and then or 7. So I said 6 or 7, just like how I said in the last series, because you got to look at the competition, right? And obviously we thought that it was going to be KD and Kyrie, like, you know, the real ones, not these fake imposters that we played and swept. I don't know what happened there. They want to go to Cancun with LeBron. That's fine. But when I'm looking at Giannis, even without Middleton, right? And somehow people want to say that's not a disadvantage to not have Middleton. Yeah, it is. Anyways, when I look at Giannis, right, and defending champs, and I see the Bucks, they're the team to beat, I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? If whatever team here is going to go to the NBA Finals, whether it's the Celtics or the Bucks, because I don't think the Heat can beat either one of us. So I said this is going to be a dog fight. I said 6 if we're lucky because of the home court advantage. But I said, or 7, because I knew it was going to be a fight. So now we're praying it's 7, right? Give us a 7. Give us a 7.
It's definitely a fight that's going on. Carlito, obviously the series is not going your way at all. But your thoughts?
Definitely not. We're past 4.
None of our ways.
None of our ways, no.
At least in his prediction. Your thoughts on game 5 a couple days ago? What was your thoughts on that game specifically?
There's one stat that I'm going to point out is the 17-3 with the offensive rebounds. And Bobby Portis was actually hustling to get these rebounds. Most of the time, I think he led their team in offensive rebounds that game. It's just the hustle. We don't have the hustle. The guys are not running for the ball and trying to get to that ball before the Bucks players get to it. I don't see the urgency. And with Tatum, bothers me when he takes these terrible 3-point shots where he's just coming down court and not using the clock. You know, I like when the ball is moving side to side and guys cut into the hole and we get open shots. That's the whole point. That's what we did in the next series. And I haven't seen that. I've seen more hero ball between Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, and that's really bothering me. But one thing I am happy about is Derek White. Derek White played amazing in game 5. He played good enough.
A lot better.
Yeah, a lot better. And like tonight I'm a little nervous. I'm very, very nervous actually. Game 5 showed me that this team looked like what we looked like in the beginning of the season. Bobby. Like, but again, we've been through it all. We went through adversity this season. So I'm hoping that tonight this will be one of those games where we're like, all right, we're gonna beat them by 15. Because we were up, I think 14 with what? Or 11 points, whatever it was, like 3 minutes left, or whatever it was. I'm just still upset about just the lack of intensity from this team, man. Like, and that was the issue for me.
Carlito, good points, and I like the respect, the humbleness. I feel like a come to Jesus moment almost for Carlito.
Yeah, I had to put on it a little bit.
I appreciate that. You said something very interesting. I think Jags mentioned it as well. The Celtics played not to lose. What was that, Wednesday night? They played not to lose that game where the Bucks played to win the game. I remember a coach told me that one day. I never understood what that meant of playing not to lose. A lot of bad shots, as Carlito says, a lot of terrible possessions. And then can we honestly talk about, because again, I know Celtics faithful and on Twitter and people in the comment section don't like blaming their team, whether a team you are, Celtics or Bucks, when a player makes a mistake, they say, we're good. We'll go next game. And we got to trust in Marcus Smart. I think it's fair. And that's the reason why I like this channel, to critique the players, especially your own players. Marcus Smart was ass. In that fourth quarter, he was terrible. Marcus Smart got shown up literally 5 straight possessions by a guy people were saying was better than him and Drew Holiday. Brew us up.
Did you also hear his post game and how he kind of threw JT under the bus? And I don't like that. Like, listen, who's ever like play it was drawn up for, and yeah, okay, it didn't work out and you have 5 seconds to get the ball, inbound the ball, that's fine. But he was trying to play a little bit of hero ball there. You know what I mean? He got stuffed and he got the ball thrown off his chest. He was embarrassed. Okay, next possession, you had JT wide open. Like, what are you doing? I don't know. I love and trust in Marcus Smart 100%, but sometimes you see that old Marcus Smart that doesn't make the best choices, and you can't be that old Marcus Smart when it's down to the wire and you need a win. That was a must-win game, game 5. That was a pivotal game. We were home. We were up 14 in the fourth quarter. That was just the stupidest. Like, I almost jumped off the balcony, I swear to God. Rico was not having it. He was like, don't talk to me. I'm not going to game 7 if it goes to game 7. I'm like, okay, I'll go by myself. Calm down. I'm the real fan here. No, I'm just kidding. But we were both like, so, like, if you think, like, being a fan doesn't, like, get you all in your feelings, like, it'll have you, like, screaming at nobody and at everybody all at the same time. Like, it was a wild roller coaster ride.
Bobby, real quick, like after that Al Horford putback, I thought that game was over. I was like, they are about to end this game right now, and that I was 100% wrong, like 100% wrong. And you know, they just gotta have the fight, man. They have to fight. They gotta still move the ball around. Grant Williams didn't do absolutely nothing during the game. I had a comment on Twitter. Somebody say, "Oh, it was Ime's fault."
Do you think he made the right? I don't think he made the right adjustmts though. At one point,
having on that last play where Brown and Tatum, Brown and Smart bumped into each other and then Portis grabbed the rebound.
Yeah, we don't know how to rebound a ball. I guess.
Yeah. Grant Williams was right there. He could have boxed somebody out. He could have did something there.
That's a big man.
But before it even went down that, like before it even got there though, right? When you see your lead dwindling down and they're going on a run and you see your 14-point lead just getting slashed in half, why wouldn't you have called a timeout earlier and try to, you know, rein it back in? He waited way too long to be like, okay, fuck this, timeout. Like, let's figure this out. He waited till it was like a 4-point lead. like, I don't know. I love Ime. He literally transformed this team from a team where we didn't even think we were making playoffs and we were just like, what is going on at the All-Star break? And he completely changed everything. But
we also didn't have any timeouts left, I believe, on that play. So
no, we had no timeouts.
We had no timeouts.
But like
left,
when there was like 4 minutes left or something.
I think we only had 2 timeouts left at that point, or I don't remember exactly what it was, but I know by that last play there was no timeouts left. So
by that point there wasn't. Yeah. No, you're right. When they both missed the
I guess it was all
rebound.
about timing. It was all about timing at the end of the day. So.
Yeah, I just thought he could have done a better job at making the adjustments and not letting them just let that lead slip away from them. I don't know. It's not clearly all his fault. It's a team, it's everybody on the team's fault. They had a hand in it or they didn't contribute to get the win. But Bucks wanted it more and they got it. So now it's who wants it more tonight is the real question. And
then Al Horford didn't even touch the ball at all in that fourth quarter or during the game. Like he didn't do after that big game he had, game 4. Game 5, he was like MIA, and then he had that big putback, but that was pretty much it for him.
And people were like, "Why isn't Tyson?" It was weird at the end.
Yeah, I didn't expect much from Al Horford after the big game. I didn't expect a double-digit game, but Ali Joseph, shout out to the picture there, to swing this series back to Boston. Let's start with the number one distraction. Let's be word to the refs and get back on defense. Play the game. Karma will play out, and you'll get the cards. I don't know if karma is a good word, but I think calls will always even themselves out. Jags, your thoughts, less game 5, but even the entire series on the amount of threes given up by them just complaining to the referees. Now it's a 5-on-4 on a fast break with Giannis running. It was basically 2 people.
Yeah, I mean, it has been one of those things. I mean, you spend so much time, yapping and going back and forth with the referees, which is literally, I mean, what's the point of it? Is he going to stop? Damn it, you're right. Everyone halt. Let's run it all back, drop those 2. I mean, come on, what are you doing? And in fact, you're now getting beat multiple times. I mean, I forget who pointed out, but a Bucks fan pointed out, and it was like, they're so right. How many points have we given up on just that easy, Hail Mary pass that they do? And especially when you look back at game 3, game 5, these are some haunting losses. 2 points on a night that, Tatum goes for 10 points and you almost have that Al Horford tip in, and then you lose by 3 points after this, game 5. It's just been some haunting losses. I don't want to focus as much on the refereeing and this and that, because it's like, these are games that you should have won, you could have won, and you were in positions to win. And instead of doing it, Tatum, you're bitching while you're scoring 10 points and getting beat by 2 points. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, absolutely, Jack.
The series should have been over already. Like, how guys were saying in the next wait, Bobby. How guys were saying in the next series, oh, it was only a 3-point win or a 1-point win. Same thing here. Celtics should have been winning this series already. This series should have been done. We would have been in the Eastern Conference Finals versus Miami. That's it.
It's interesting.
They both haven't played well. Like, if we're being honest, it's like which team sucks less is winning this series right now. That's honestly the truth.
I made that point in a post game. Me and Jags had recently. I think that might have been game 4 or game 5. It was game 4. Where I made that point of neither of these teams have played great, and that was the scary part. And again, I went into this series, and we could talk a little bit about our predictions really quick. Going into the series where I said Bucks in 6, and people were like, "Oh, Bobby's the hater, the tomatoes," and it's a weird dynamic. And I was telling this to Jags, when I called him early this morning. There's the 3 phases of what's going through my damn head right now. It's Bobby the fan that wants the series to get continued on, so obviously there's more Celtics basketball. There's Beast Move, the content creator, that the more games, the better the channel does, more interaction, it's obviously better for me. But then there is Bobby the asshole, who actually wants his prediction to be correct. I picked Bucks in 6, and people laughed at me. Celtics Jay and my guy Spoonie and Carlito and Jags, all these guys laughed at me in my prediction. They're like, how? The Bucks have the worst team. They don't have home court. They're missing the second best player. Tatum and Brown have been playing amazing. Celtics are the best team since January. I said, you know what? I love the Celtics, but they have the best player in the world, and you can't bet against them. And that's something I've been telling people. But Giannis, for me, I don't know about y'all. Last game, I don't know if no one else impressed by Giannis in last game? Jags, your thoughts? Because I didn't get to hear your post game. This man, Giannis, was unstoppable.
The last game, this series, Bobby.
To be fair, yeah.
Dude, he's averaging 34, 13, and 7. Last game, 40 and 11. The game before, 34, 18. The game before, 42, 12, and 8. He's had a triple-double. He's had a 29, 9, and 7. He's bullshit, man. He's a cheat code. He's impossible, and I love him, but I'm sick of his ass.
Again,
I'll take him. Bring him to Boston.
Yeah, I need like guys like Jaylen Brown to flop a little bit tonight. You know, like
God.
there have been moments where he'll barrel into Brown and Brown try to like toughen him up and like there's no need flop. Take some tips from Marcus Smart. I don't know, man. Like do something. Get that guy in foul trouble.
No. See, this is where I think you're wrong because I think overly flopping, they won't get the calls, and then they're gonna sit and bitch that they didn't get the calls because you're overly selling it and flopping. Just play strong. You don't need to flop. It'll all work out if you just focus on your gameplay. The flopping, I don't respect it really because when it's so blatant, you're not going to get the call and you're wasting my time because you're getting scooped off the floor and you're getting beat on the other end of the court.
Marcus Smart.
So I don't need that because it's very blatantly obvious. Like Smart gets them when they're the right calls because he's willing to sacrifice his body and he'll get them when they are the right calls. But if he's doing it every 2 seconds, they're going to just be like, okay, you're the boy crying wolf. We don't care. We're ignoring you. Now
that
you're going to lie on the floor.
Took him out of rebounding position.
But
I'd rather not the flops.
There have been moments during the game where he comes in full speed and like there's moments where they could take the offensive foul. You know, step in front of him, Al Horford, don't jump. Just take that offensive foul. Make it happen.
Sure.
Like
they
just need to do that a little bit more. I think.
No, for sure. But I just don't think
a guy like Derek White that's been doing that pretty much all his career, he hasn't really been doing that this series. So I'm taking offensive fouls, and I think between Marcus Smart and Derek White, I think they both lead the league in offensive fouls. I mean, I'm taking charges.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree with you. I agree. Derek White hasn't been doing it. I know Smart obviously every time will, but
yeah, I've never been a fan of flop. I think flopping usually is just not the best way to go. Now, cool, you get a couple cool moments here and there, but flopping usually takes you out of position. Anyway, Shooter asked question: is Rob Williams playing tonight? He is not playing tonight. And again, flopping could be risky as well. Let's get on to some of my keys to the game here. Fight to the end. I don't care if you're down 25. I like what the Sixers did last night. Sixers were, again, James Harden is literally a third of what he used to be. They still had their starters in literally to the very last second, even though they were down by as many as like 23 points.
Which that might be stupid because what if they get hurt? But all right.
I mean, to be fair, the season's over anyway, so I guess it wouldn't matter if they get hurt.
But
knockdown open shots. It's fair. But knockdown open shots, again, we missed, especially in the fourth quarter. We took no threes in the fourth quarter. We weren't very good to begin with. Let's knock down some open shots, get some guys involved, and let's not make it the Tatum Brown show in the fourth quarter if it doesn't need to be. And here it is. Hopefully I didn't spell it wrong. Yeah, don't play not to lose. If we have a 8-point lead in Milwaukee, don't pound the ball and dribble and take a bad shot with 2 seconds left. Let's get into our good offense, win by 30 and try to instead of winning by 5. Make sure you play through the opponents and not barely win. Jags, your thoughts? Any keys to the game you're looking at? A player, a stat, anything that you think is important here tonight?
I mean, at this point in the series, Bobby, I think it is just come out, play with desperation, play within yourselves, none of the hero ball, just emulate last game up to the very end. I mean, it was beautifully done. All the way up to that end, when Al Horford put that put back up to put us up 5 or 6, I had never, not any point, thought that Boston was going to lose that game. I really didn't. So just go out, play within yourselves, and understand that you just got to win tonight, guys. That's it. Just win one game and everything changes. The whole narrative, all this panic, all the Bucks fans go back into the wilderness, and we can go down to a winner takes all game 7 to go play Miami to go to the finals.
Jags, you said something really quick, and I actually put a poll in the chat less than 30 minutes ago. I appreciate all the people that voted. Will this game change the way you look at Tatum? And Jags, you kind of mentioned this will change the narrative if we win tonight. I don't know if it does, because again, we still technically have to win game 7 on our home floor.
We were all depressed. We all came in here like, oh my God, the doom and gloom. And, it just kind of, it re-energizes, and then anything can happen in a 1-game series.
I would mess with that. But will this game change the way you look at Tatum? Again, staggering results here. 51% of people said, yes, this would change the way I look at Tatum. Now, to be fair, the poll is pretty much a very broad question. It didn't say negatively or positively. But people are going to look at Tatum differently, whether good or for bad. Carlito, if we say lose tonight, let me knock on some wood. If we do lose tonight, do you look at Tatum, Ime Udoka, Jaylen Brown differently at the end of the result? Or would you say, you know what, take the season and judge it by its whole parts?
Honestly, I won't judge them. Honestly, it's one of those things where if they started playing like they did in the second half of the season and beginning of the season, then I'll be like, yo, this team, disappointment, huge disappointment. But they didn't. They started off really rocky. And then yes, they stepped up their game in the second half of the season, but they won't be criticized by me. Honestly, this team has proven to me, and I think next year will be one of those years where that they might get to the championship. But again, this season's not over yet. I hope they win tonight and they get to game 7. And again, it's been back and forth all series. And it's scary to say that because game 7, that means technically Bucks will win, right? If they win tonight. So one of those things where, I just need a good ball movement from this team for tonight. And this team is just, again, I remember early in a few streams earlier, I said, this gives me 08 vibes. This is like the Chicago series in 08, where it was just a tight series back and forth the whole time, right? And it's just one of those things where we have to overcome our bad play from the last minute or 2 minutes of the games that we've played that we've been in the lead for. So we'll see.
And again, I appreciate all the people in the chat as well. Hit the like button. Like button is free. Bree, your thoughts really quick. Are you going to judge Tatum or Brown or Ime Udoka differently at this end result, not getting to the Eastern Conference Finals?
No, because like I said before, we didn't even really had high hopes or expect them to get as far as they did from the first half of the season to now. Like, we did not expect that drastic change. I'm a realist, okay? I'm not going to just be some delusional fan when I was literally coming on here super pissed, being like, why are we below 500 halfway through the season? Rookie coach, what's going on? Like, all this stuff. There were so many issues. They've got past all that adversity. They overcome so much stuff. They had to figure it all out, right? With the new coach, new everything. And I'm very proud of the success they've had so far. I would love it if they could continue their season and extend it out. Would I look at them any differently? No. Do I want them to go back to bad habits and lose this game if they have it in their grasp? I'll be pretty pissed, but I'll still love them. But they need to figure out how to stay consistent. Remember how I used to say, Bobby, you were going to put it on a T-shirt for me. Consistently, and what was it? Inconsistently consistent or something? What was my catchphrase? Consistently inconsistent.
Inconsistently. It was a terrible. It was actually an amazing saying.
It was, wasn't it? But I'm glad I haven't had to say it since then. But yeah, I would like them to get back to being consistently consistent, because the inconsistencies here, there's no room for error. Okay. When you're playing a team like this, they're going to capitalize on any sort of weakness. Stop turning the ball over. Do not give them the open 3. It's just stop flopping, stop complaining to the refs, stop slowing the game down. Like, you need to play with your pace, your momentum, and play your game. Don't let anyone take you out of your game. And they let all these outside factors get in their head. Don't let, the Bucks fans get in your head. Just play your game. Don't get upset that Rob's not playing. You got to have next man up mentality and just get it done. Just got to get it done.
Very interesting points here. Again, as we have the 15-minute mark left till the game starts, I wanted to say something, and I think I told this to Jax, maybe I didn't, but it's also fair to compare maybe both parts here. And I said this before. We had been to 3 out of 5 Eastern Conference Finals. We got to the last year with Isaiah, first year technically with Kyrie, even though he didn't play. We got bounced in the second round the following year, made it the bubble season and lost to the Heat, and obviously last year lost in the first round. We could have went to technically 4 out of 6 Eastern Conference Finals appearances, which obviously is impressive as hell. You got to live with that. But if this was someone said this in the comment section, Jazz, I don't know if you saw this comment. Someone's like, if we can't get to the ECF this year, when will we ever get to it? If you look at these surrounding, and again, obviously they're young, but it's like, damn, isn't this our best chance? We have home court. The Bucks are missing their second best player. We obviously have a great opportunity here in Game 5 to take a stranglehold of the series, and we kind of literally let it blow. I think I was watching someone, maybe it was Shannon Sharp or Skip Bayless, say the Celtics literally, if we win Game 5, are probably the favorites in the East to win and to get to the NBA Finals, let alone make to the ECF. So, Jax, your thoughts just at that? Obviously, there's a crucial game tonight, and you hope there's a Game 7. Dear Lord, I hope there's a Game 7. But obviously, you got to be real. It could end tonight as well.
Right, Bobby. So, just summarizing everything. First off, to your poll question, absolutely not. I would not be. This has nothing to do with how I look at this team. I don't give a shit if they lose and get blown out the water tonight. I'll be pissed and salty and need a few days and some therapy, but it won't take away from the point of or the reality that at the midpoint of the season, we were a 10th seed below 500 team. It won't take away from the fact that it was break up the Jays. Is Marcus Smart a real point guard? You paid Rob Williams what? Or Ime Udoka, first year, was he the right head coach? How many questions have been answered? All that shit I just said, you were hearing that several months ago. All those storylines have gone out the window. We've answered so many questions. We had a historic midseason turnaround. You had players like Tatum, who finished the season averaging 30 points a game on a 3-time player of the week, taking a clear step, forward. You had so many questions be answered. So no, obviously I'll be disappointed, but I would look back at this season as an overall success when it's all said and done. And then there's no shame in losing to the defending champions with arguably the best player in the world after sweeping the favorites coming into this year. The NBA is an ever-changing just landscape. How Brooklyn was favorites this year, who knows what will happen to the favorites next year? No, this isn't their best chance. Jesus Christ, they're 24 and 25 years old. What's going to happen 5 years from now when they're the face of the league? So let's not panic. Let's focus on winning tonight, and then we'll see what happens.
Yes. Oh my God, that was the best take ever.
I don't like when people are saying they're so young. They've been in this type of situation for the past what?
They've been to 4 Eastern Conference Finals.
This should be their year. This should be their year right here. This should be.
But they're all hurt. Like they're all dealing. I'm not gonna blame solely on injuries, but none of them are fully healthy. You had Jaylen Brown with the hamstring. You have Smart with his hand. You have Rob out. You have Al Horford, who's 35 fucking years old. God, for God's sakes, everyone is dealing with something at this point. They're all beaten, battered, bruised.
But the Bucks don't have Middleton. Like
that's one person.
Right.
That's one person.
Everybody dealing with some type of injuries. Everybody.
I'm just saying, if I would be pissed and I'd be down their throats if everyone was healthy and good and there was no excuses. If there weren't lingering injuries, if they didn't have all these issues that you keep seeing them trying to, battle back from, but maybe it was too soon. Like I said with my boy Rob, did I not say that if we rushed him back that this shit was going to happen? I told you that if we forced it and we tried to bring him back, that was going to be a lingering problem. So that's what we're seeing here. Do we think Jalen's fully healthy? Do we think all these people they're all just let's just put a Band-Aid over it. Let me just play through it. Just like Joel Embiid, he has to now get surgery on his hand. Everyone's dealing with things through the playoffs because it's the playoffs and you have to suck it up and play.
Someone just brought up a good point. The Bucks didn't have Giannis last year for a series, and they still won that series. I'm tired of people giving excuses for this team. I'm saying that I'm not going to be holding them, chastising them and being super pissed off at them for not beating the defending champs because they're not all they've been through the ringer and they don't have one of their big men and they've been dealing with injuries that keep springing up on them and they keep it's prolonging, lingering issues and injuries that they haven't been able to fully recover from. That's all I'm saying. It's not an excuse. It's a fact. They're dealing with that.
There's one winner every single year. And this is when I say these are 24 and they were 23 and 24 at a point in this season and have already been to multiple Eastern Conference Finals run, been a game away from the finals. Only one person wins. One team wins every single year. So for us to say they have to win it this year or it's their last chances, it's just silly. Come on, guys.
What I would say, and I love both because both points both make amazing sense. And I think for me, I like looking at history. And again, I kind of see what Carlito's saying. You're saying they're young. Well, damn, they've been to 3 Eastern Conference Finals. It's hard to keep using the young excuse when they're more experienced than guys like Ja, who's in his basically first full deep playoff run. So it's interesting. And also, definitely they are young and 100%. But again, look at that. Kevin Durant didn't get to another NBA Finals till he joined Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. So great players oftentimes never return. I'm hearing some noise in the background. One sec. Curly, that might be you, though. Prize picks over and under 28.5 for Jason Tatum. This is scoring, actually. Again, high goals, but again, we probably need every single point he can get tonight. Jags, your thoughts? For you to win your money, he has to score 29 points. Shout out to Prize Picks. Jags, your thoughts here?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll go up with the under. Or go the over on this just based on necessity. I think that both of our players, our star players, are going to need to actually ball out today Tatum, I'm going to go with the 30 piece in his best huge performance, like something that we've been craving to see. How Giannis has been going 40 every single damn game. I think finally we have that Tatum huge night.
I like that. Bree, your thoughts here on Marcus Smart? 6.0. That is actually assists. So for you to win your money, he has to get 7 assists. I think he's only done that once this series. Bree, would you take this over or under?
I think, like I already said in my recap of Game 5, that this is going to be, I hope, a Marcus Smart revenge game. Same thing with Tatum. I think they both have something to prove tonight. Not that Tatum played bad. I just think he's now going to come back with a vengeance that they didn't win that game, Game 5. So I think we're going to see the composed, smart Marcus Smart tonight. So I'll take the over on that. I believe in him. I believe he's going to be the point guard we need him to be, make the right passes, be a pass-first person. If he has an open 3 and can knock it down, great. Don't be 3 trigger happy, because that's not going to work for us. If you're going like 1 for 6 from 3, I don't want to see that. So I will take the over on Smart, and I'll also take the over on Tatum. Tatum's definitely going to have 30 minimum tonight, no less than 30.
Carlito, you pick one of these 2 bets. Which one do you like the most?
I like the Marcus Smart bet most. I definitely see him going for a little bit over. I even think he's going to hit like 8 assists tonight. But the Tatum one, I don't know. And I get it. Tatum had 30 points last game, and he's been playing pretty well. But I'm just still upset about his shot selection and the way he's just like, it doesn't feel natural to me. I don't like the way he's playing right now. So unless he shows me something different tonight, I would definitely go with the under.
And for the gamblers in there, and for Bobby, I know you're putting your money. Marcus Smart has only gotten over 6 assists once in this series. Jason Tatum has scored 29 or more 3 out of the 5 games.
Very interesting. Shout out to PrizePicks, our sponsor. Use promo code Celtics Corner. When you're signing up, they will instantly match your deposit up to 100%. So you put in 100, they'll give you 100. Link is also in the description to download the app. I actually have one more cool little question there, actually. I posted this poll maybe yesterday, maybe 2 days ago, when I was, promoting Bree's video. And again, look at that, 800 votes on a poll, which is insane. Woo! How are you feeling with the Celtics down 3-2 going to Milwaukee? 56% said confident. 31% say we blew our chances. That's, again, 800 people. That is a lot of people that believe we have already lost this series. And I guess it is technically fair to say we lost technically home court. We no longer have home court now because we can lose on the road. Jags today, honestly, and we can kind of go on our predictions here. Not really, but your thoughts, emotion-wise, going into this game. Do you feel confident that there will be a Game 7 back in TD Garden, or are you kind of skeptical? Well, how are you feeling?
For that poll, I honestly am kind of feeling with both of those answers. I think that, the Celtics can force a Game 7, but I also feel like we kind of blew our chances, because it kind of goes back to what Carlito was saying. This series could, if not already be over, be in a 3-2 in our favor easily. So, and that's a completely different dynamic at that point. I'm not really panicking. We've already proved that we can win on the road. Each team has won a road game in this series, and I expect us to answer the call just like we have after every single loss in this series, and force a Game 7, bringing it back to TD Garden.
Man, oh man. Well, I want it to be time, and it is time. And again, there's 140 people watching for no reason. Appreciate y'all. Hit that like button. It's literally free. Now, here we go. We can start with Carlito.
Oh, wait, one thing, too. Taylor Snow on Twitter said the Celtics are one of only 2 NBA teams that have a winning record on the road this postseason with the record of 3-1. And a lot of people also in the comments were like, well, isn't the other team the Bucks? Which I think it might be. But we're not talking about them winning on the road. We're talking about us winning on the road tonight. So that's a good stat. It's a good favor. It's good odds. If they can, just steal another one and extend it out. Come on, NBA. You want this to go 7. Please.
Wow, the NBA. People already wanting some riggy stuff going on in the game. Carlito, kidding. Your thoughts, man. Bucks, Celtics, Game 6.
My prediction for tonight, Celtics, like my man BTG TV. Celtics with the dub. I say Celtics 110. The Bucks 105. Again, like we haven't been really good with these close games with the Bucks, but I think tonight we pull it off with the Jaylen Brown big game by Jaylen Brown. Again, like I'm just sick and tired of not seeing Jaylen Brown touch the ball in the fourth quarter. That has been bothering me a lot. It's a lot of Tatum, it's a lot of Marcus Smart, but Jaylen Brown's not looking for a shot in the second half as much as he he gets it in the first half. So I just need Jaylen Brown to step up a little bit more tonight, because I think he could have had 30 points himself, but I think he ended up with 25 or something like that. I'm not too sure exactly how much, but
26. He had
26.
So that was the game where he had like 16 points in the second quarter, and then by the third quarter, and then from the third quarter to the fourth quarter, he only scored 1 point, and he ended up with 26.
That doesn't make any sense. He needs
had
the
like
ball
16 points in the third quarter or something like that.
And then when you see a guy like, again, Drew Holiday is a great defender. I like him as a defender, but you got to abuse him. Like you got to abuse that. You got to find the mismatches on the court. When Al Horford sits that pick in the next minute, a guy like Connaughton sticking him, get that ball into the paint and get the easy bucket.
Not mad at that at all. You mentioned clutch scoring, and I just want to give a shout out really quick. Going to this year, I think a lot of people said if you want to take a clutch player poll, a lot of guys are on the Celtics, especially with no Chris Middleton. Giannis hit some of the clutchest shot I've ever seen in his life. That 3-point shot off the offensive rebound that he gave up. He was 1 for 6 at the point, and at the end of the game, 2 for 8 or 2 for 7. He was phenomenal. I give it to him. But Bree, your thoughts? Again, people go ahead and comment your score and prediction as well. Bree, go ahead.
I mean, I have to, ride or die. I'm going with the Celtics. I've seen them do it before. I think they can do it again. Wouldn't it be so fun? I mean, I know this is like, there's like no shot in hell, but wouldn't it be funny if we held the Bucks to under 100 points again and just kill them on their own court? That would be beautiful, but I don't think that's going to happen. Giannis would rather die than have that happen. I think it's going to be close. Every game has been close except for that one random blowout we had. I think it's going to be within 2 possessions. So I'm going to say Celtics 107, Bucks 100. Say Bucks 100.
107, 100. And someone asked a quick question. I don't want to forget this. Smarter Marcus, if we end up losing, will there still be uploads from this channel? 110%. Whether you not see me often, you'll see a lot of the Celtics Corner crew. Maybe Carlito has his own Carlito Celtics show. I don't know. You'll see Bree, you'll see Jags. You'll still see us on the channel 110% because y'all know I love controversy, and I'll spin some up. Jags, your thoughts? Celtics, Bucks prediction. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So again, I see the Boston Celtics winning in this, game 6. This is just going to be an absolute up and down roller coaster where I think the emotions are just going to be high and low throughout. I think it's going to be a close, hard-fought game, and I think that the Celtics are going to force a game 7 with a score of like 113, 110. I think that our stars are going to show up. I think that we didn't show enough love to Drew Holiday, who saved their damn series and season for them last game. And I think that their stars in Holiday and Giannis also show up, and it's going to be a slugfest, but I think we edge it out.
Slugfest. I like
just
that.
Can't get in foul trouble early. That's going to kill us. So that's the only thing that they really need to work on. Let Giannis eat. Anytime you touch him, blow on him, anything, he gets a foul call. And I know people hate when I say that, but you know what? 9 times out of 10, it's true. Yes, does he get fouls that no one's called? Sure, I'm sure he is, but he's a literal human, like, bulldozer. So, yeah, he's sometimes not going to get the calls because he throws his body into everybody, and it would just be a whistle fest. But I would have stay away from Giannis at all costs and work on everybody else. Don't let the 3-point shooters get open or hot, and just let Giannis eat and contain everybody else. Do your best to slow him down. But he's not going to stop. You already know he's going to Giannis. So let it focus on everybody else.
I didn't realize
Friday the 13th, by the way.
Yeah,
Jack, say one more time.
Friday the 13th, by the way.
Oh, Friday the 13th. Gotcha.
I didn't realize how many Bucks fans are in the chat right now, man.
There's
so many. They literally just want to eat me alive. It's so annoying.
Speaking of Bucks
one
fans,
girl that's cool, and that everyone else sucks.
Bucks fan regulator asked Celtics Corner, can you guarantee post game tonight, or is that depending on the outcome? I don't know if it'll be a live stream or a video. I don't know if it'll be me and Jags, or Bree will join us, or Carlito's gonna run under a show again.
I'm available if you want me to do it with you guys. I don't really want to do it alone because if it's a sad one, who knows how left that will go. So if you want to join me in the sadness, misery loves company. So if it does not go in our favor, hit me up. Maybe we'll do one.
Crying and drinking wine together.
Just for you. Yeah, right.
I am always a fan of instant reaction. Jags has all the numbers and the stats. I've always liked me giving my raw emotion, and I think the video is always better with the raw emotion.
Yeah, because
really quick. Oh, go ahead.
No, because Rico was like, "Oh, let's go watch." I'm like, "No, I am sitting in my room by myself, so I can scream at the TV and watch this game by myself. I don't care. This is not a social outing for me. I'm focused. This is Game 6, do or die. You go out and drink and have fun. I'm watching this game, so I'll be home. So I'll be available to do this after if it's wanted. If everyone wants us there, I'm free. Hopefully,
We'll
it's a
see.
positive
We'll see if it's a
celebration.
video. We'll see if it's a video or a live stream.
Whatever you
Taurus
want.
really quick.
Whatever you want.
Is Rob playing? He is not playing. Really quick before I give my prediction on the game, I saw 106.99. I saw 122.104. Celtics by 5. I did see that my guy Steve said something in the chat. I can't find his comment anymore though. He had said something. I can't find his comment. Jack, see if you can find Steve. I think it's like Go to Zilla or something like that. But here we go. My prediction for the game, I'm gonna go. Even though I did predict Bucks in 6, and obviously if I'm right, whatever. But I want a game 7. I want there to be another game, more content, another pregame show. If this is the last one, I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna go 113, 110. Obviously they cover because the Bucks are favored by 4.5.
You just stole Jags' answer.
What? Really? Oh, I did. Honestly, I forgot what the number he said. But I'll take that number. Go to Zilla. I can't find the comment. Oh my god. But I will take.
I'm scrolling, Bobby. I can't.
Can't find it. It was weird. Let me see if I can
redo your comment, whoever you are.
It says, Bobby, you gotta rep your jersey for the game. I'll definitely will. 100% I will. And someone asked something as well. I can't remember what you said, actually. That's tough. All right. So if this is the last pregame show, I'll be honest, I really do appreciate every single one of y'all, all the people that basically allowed me to create content for them and bring in Jags and Bree, Carlito, and holy crap, let's see if I remember names here. Prodigy, Easy, Cal, 40. I'm forgetting people, 40, Rashid, Duran, Celtics, everything, Steve. I'm probably forgetting a lot of people. Obviously, Bree, Camille, and Celtics Jay. All the guys and the girls who joined us on the show. I really do appreciate every single one of y'all. We'll have off-season content. If this isn't the last pregame show, forget everything I just said. I don't want to sound sappy, but that's it. End of the stream. I can't find all the comments, but I really appreciate y'all. Hit the like button for the people. People say, well, season's over. Thanks, Bobby. All right.
Oh, boy.
Let's get out of here. Game's about to start.
Ended on that. Go Celtics. Let's go. Game 7,
Celtics.
Guys.
There we go. There's Dylan. Let's go, Celtics. We ain't losing. Woo-hoo! Appreciate every people in the building. We'll be back later tonight. Maybe live, maybe a video. You'll see. I'm out of here. God bless. Hope you guys have a great one. And